Srimad Bhagwad Gita, chapter 2, sloka 58 and 59. Siddhant, we will do chanting.
Yes, ma'am.
Sloka 58. Yada samharte
यदा संहर्ते
chayam
चायं
kurmunganiv
कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव
sarvashah
सर्वशः
indriyanin driyarthebhyas
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
tasya pragya
तस्य प्रज्ञा
pratishtita.
प्रतिष्ठिता
Shloka 59. Vishaya
विषया
vinivartante
विनिवर्तन्ते
niraharasya
निराहारस्य
dehinah
देहिनः
rasvarjam
अस्वर्जं
rasopyasya
रसोऽप्यस्य
param drishtva
परं दृष्ट्वा
nivartate.
निवर्तते.
Thank you. Now we will do the meaning. Shloka 58. Yada, when, samharte, withdraw, cha, and, avyam, this, kuruma, tortoise, angani, limbs, eva, as, sarvashah, fully, indriyani, senses, indriyarthebhya, from the sense objects, tasya, his, prajna, divine wisdom, pratitishtata, fixed in. So here Shri Krishna ji is giving an example to make us understand what. So we'll see what he's trying to make us understand with an example of a tortoise. Here he is saying one who is able to withdraw his or her senses from their sense objects, just as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell, is the person established in divine wisdom. So, whenever a tortoise scents danger, he withdraws his limbs into his shell. The shell is strong enough to withstand any adverse situation. And once that situation passes, he brings his limbs back into the world. Similarly, if we detect that an object, person, or situation is about to disturb our equanimity, Shri Krishna ji advises us to bring our intellect into the picture and completely withdraw our attention from that object, person, or situation. So he is telling not to mess up with the people or situation if they are going to disturb you, if they are going to disturb your equanimity. है ना? So this is the first time that Sri Krishna ji is telling that don't mix, no, get messed up with the people who are trying to fight with you or trying to disturb you. Just walk away from there. So here also Sri Krishna ji is saying just walk away. Don't mess up with those type of people and situations. They will come in our life. So either we can be just silent, don't speak a word, or just walk away from there. The way a tortoise does. Whenever the tortoise smell any danger, he take out his limb, put into his shell, and keep it in a safe place and go away from there. And when the danger pass away, then again the tortoise goes, take out the limb, put inside him, and go into his shell. So same way, we should also try to control our senses, and that is like how we can do. Like if the senses are troubling us, then we need to take out. We have to just remove the senses from our sense objects, because we cannot remove our sense objects. It has to be there inside our body. If we remove the sense objects, then we are gone case. So, what we can do is that we should not let the senses touch our sense objects. We should be away from those senses if it is going to disturb our equanimity. है ना, because Sri Krishna ji has said to be in the path of equanimous. So the senses are the most, according to Bhagavad Gita, senses are the one who will disturb a lot to be in the path of equanimity, to be in the path of moksha, to be in the path of divinity. So here Sri Krishna ji is saying, just keep away your senses from the sense objects and try to be in the path of equanimous. Okay, now he's going to explain. Anjali ma'am.
Um, okay, here Shri Krishna is telling how tortoise will sustain. I mean, will sustain in all the environments or in all the places using their senses. So, in the same way, the human being or the mankind should be like control their senses and should have. I mean, they should not. Leave their senses to control them. They should have the control in their senses in all the aspects, so that those kind of persons mind and soul will be always stable. That's what they wanted.
Thank you ma'am. Thank you so much. Siddhant.
Yes, ma'am. Here, Lord Shri Krishna is telling us, like a tortoise or a turtle, that when we sense someone or something is going to disturb our equanimity and our path towards Lord Shri Krishna and his abode and moksha, then we have to withdraw like a turtle. So a turtle withdraws in their shell when they sense something uh, dangerous about to attack them. Same way, we should also withdraw and not make any mistakes in front of anything or anyone that can potentially ruin our way to moksha or Lord Shri Krishna.
Thank you. Sanchi.
Islam. So here Lord Shri Krishna is telling that if someone comes and irritates you, you have to walk away from the place. We should not sit in the same place and get annoyed. For example, my brother was irritating me too much. So I asked my dad, what do I do? He was like, don't react, you have to respond.
Correct. So you will be controlling your senses
And he
when you.
told also to walk. If he comes near you, you walk away from the place.
See, your dad already knows all the teachings of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. He so easily told you, just walk away or don't respond. See, even Sri Krishna ji is telling the same thing. Now, will you follow all this?
Okay, ma'am.
Good. Usha.
Here, Lord Krishna is saying that we should control our senses to the senses object so that we will be stable, our mind will be stable in the equanism path. He has given the example of tortoise, like whenever the some trouble or something is come, he uh,
Tortoise will take out his limbs.
tortoise will take out his limbs and put it in the cell. He becomes stable. So like that we have to improve our equanimity from that.
Thank you, Buaji.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I wanted to tell that before I had a tortoise, which was many years old. We had named him Shelly. We used to play with him so much, but my mom was like, "We can't take care of it anymore. Uh, it will poop everywhere." So she was like, so we went and left in the lake.
Oh, good.
We recently bought two tortoises, but what happened? Turtles, uh, because what happened was, we bought it. It was about to be night. In the night, we went to sleep. In our phone, the whole night it was recording what the turtles were doing to see what they do. They there were one girl and one boy. I named one, my brother named one.
Okay.
But the girl died in the one day.
Oh, sad.
The boy stayed for at least 1 week.
Never
Maximum
mind.
was 1 week. My brother left it on the dining table. He told me not to lift him. He left it up because I didn't know how to, because I've forgotten how to lift him up and take it on my hand. He had left it on the dining table. It has gone to the full height. It's fallen down, and then after some time it died.
Sad. ठीक है, okay.
So
Ritu
him
Bhabi,
in the lake.
good.
As yeah.
Yes, in the shloka, Sri Krishna advises us to walk away from people who will disturb our stable mind. So he says that we should have a stable mind in all situations. So instead of dealing with such people, it's better to walk away from them, just like a tortoise shrinks his limbs whenever he senses any danger. And when the danger crosses, he again comes to his normal state. So Krishna ji advises that we should also do the same.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Akriti,
Yes, Master Raj. Sri Krishna is telling that if someone comes and irritates you, we should just walk away. Don't say anything or don't do anything or don't even take revenge. Just walk away from them. Like that also, Sri Krishna is giving an example of a tortoise. When the tortoise senses danger, then he'll take out his limbs and hide in it. And after the danger crosses, they'll come out again.
very good. Rupashri ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Shri Krishna. Sorry, I joined late.
no
Yeah,
problem.
in this shloka, Lord Shri Krishna is telling that he's giving an example of a tortoise that it has a thick shell, but when it senses it uses that shell to like safeguard itself from any danger it senses. So likewise we have a lot of senses which we can use it for our well-being, but that can in turn make us yielded to materialistic things. So we need to realize that we are getting yielded, our senses are getting stuck to such things. So we should not get what attached to all those. So we should behave in an equanimous mind so that we are not attached to things. So we need to remember the example of a tortoise and lead our path so that it doesn't deviate our final purpose in our life.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Nalli ma'am,
I
Yes,
wanted
ma'am.
to end one
So
second.
here Krishna says that whenever there is a situation which affects our stable mind with equanimity, then we should just withdraw from that sense object so that we are not disturbed from the path of moksha. So we have to just not give importance or just not think about it. We just need to withdraw from it like the tortoise, and we should just be in the stable mind.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now we'll do the shloka 55. Vishaya objects for senses. Vinivar, vinivartante restraint, niraharasya practicing self-restraint, dehinah for embodied, rasavarjam stoppage of taste, rasa taste, api however, asya persons, param the supreme, drishtva and on realization, nivartate stops to be. Here Shri Krishna ji is explaining us a person or persons who tries to restrain the senses from their sense objects of enjoyment, but still the taste for the sense objects remains. However, even this taste stops to exist for those who realize in the Supreme. So, I'll give an example. Like, we'll take Black Forest chocolate cake. So you saw a piece of cake. You realized that you may not want to eat, but you took a few steps back and didn't eat it. But a little later, the taste of that cake from a prior experience will pop up in your mind and begin to trouble you. All you think of for a while will be cake and its taste. This is what makes dieting difficult. Our mind keeps pushing us towards the food each time we try to restrain ourselves. So, that is what you are trying to control, but still, the senses, the taste, you know how it is. It is not just for the eating part, it can be anything. So, what is the solution? In the shloka, Shri Krishna ji says that the taste also turns away when we realize the absolute, when you realize the soul, when you realize the supreme, then that taste will also turns away. So what he means is that we need to set our goal on something higher than ourselves and hold on to that goal throughout our life. The higher the goal, the greater chance that we get rid of our existing thoughts and beliefs. That is this is very much practical. No, how do I? So sometimes we are in a situation when we shouldn't think of that situation and we should do something else. So it is very difficult that how should I not think of this particular situation which is going on. So here Sri Krishna ji said telling that set higher goals. To make your mind diverted. Basically, you need to divert your mind from a particular situation or thoughts. So you have to find out the way. That you don't think of what is not good for you, which is harming you, which is troubling you, which is disturbing you. You should not think of that. You should go beyond that. So the best way is to keep oneself very busy. Practically, I feel that it is the only way to keep yourself busy in what you enjoy and which is good for you, for your family, and for the society in large. So this is the best way that one can um, come out of a particular situation. So basically, here Sri Krishna ji is saying that suppose you are in the path of moksha, you are in the path of divine consciousness, you are in the path which is being showed by Sri Krishna ji. But still, our senses, the sense objects, and somehow you are controlling it, but still something is attracting you. So, Sri Krishna ji is saying that set the goal so much high that the little part which is being not controlled, the senses, will also turn away because your goals are very high and that will be neglected. The part which you are not able to control the senses will automatically will get neglected, and even it will turn out when we are in divine consciousness, because when you feel the supreme absolute truth, when you taste that magic, when you realize that magic, obviously your trust will start building up. When we see miracles, when we see okay, yeah, so there is some divine power, there is supreme lord, then of course our trust start building up. So, this way also, even the Supreme Lord will help you to control your senses. Okay, now who is going to explain? Nalli ma'am?
Ma'am, I will explain after Sunil.
Okay, ma'am, no issues. Siddhant, would you like to say?
Yes, ma'am. So here, Lord Shri Krishna is saying that we should set our so if one of our senses is, for example, like lacking, let's say, yeah. So if one of our senses are lacking, then we should set higher not examples, expectations. We should set higher goals to achieve. Yeah. So yes, he's saying we should set higher uh, goals, and also if yeah one of our senses are lacking.
Thank you. Akriti?
Yes, ma'am. So Radha Krishna is telling that sometimes when there's someone's birthday, for example, someone's birthday, and we go. and you see a cake, but you can't eat it. But you walk back. Your senses will be controlled, but then after 1 or 2 minutes, you'll just be staring at it. But then one of your senses will say, "Go on, go eat it." So that's why you'll go eat it. So if we have full focus, sometimes we have full focus on that thing. So we should sometimes we should not expect anything. We should believe in Lord Krishna, and then we can control all our senses. So Lord Krishna is telling us to control our senses.
Very good, Akriti. Good one. Nice. Rupashri ma'am.
Ma'am, can I?
Okay, Sanchi. Ma'am will give her chance. Yes, Sanchi.
Here, Lord Shri Krishna is telling that we have to control our senses. We should not, if someone's eating or drinking something, we should not be like, even I want one, even I want one. But I am like that. If anyone is eating.
ठीक है. Rupashri ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. In this shloka, Lord Shri Krishna is telling that we should have higher goals in our life. So, because of our senses or attachment to with that, we can get stuck to small things in life or like small happiness. But if we have our focus towards the higher goal and if we are clear with that, then we need to like gain control over senses. This I feel like I can compare with the example of Ekadashi fast. It's like while doing Ekadashi fast, it's like yeah, at that moment I'll be like everyone are not doing. Why should I do? Why is it even required and all that? But yeah, I keep getting present to the whole fact that yeah, Lord Shri Krishna has told you have to do it. It's just one day. Today you do, and the next day it's like you'll get a lot of things, and it's like very the best of all, and it helps a lot. So it's like a bigger goal which will you can achieve. So like that, the biggest of goal for the soul is moksha. So while getting what you are influenced by different situations where our senses feel happy and get carried away, we should be present and we shouldn't get attached to it. Our bigger goal is moksha, and if we I don't know bhatak jate hai, so it will get deviated. I didn't get the word for it. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Thank you so much. Nice, very nice. हाँ.
even my teacher, she told me to write something, and no one else was, even I was thinking the same. No one else is writing, why should I write? I think
Then
the now
you
also
have written or not?
of written.
Good girl. You should not see
But
what others are
mom
doing.
doesn't give me any choice.
No, actually, you should not see what others are doing. You have to do your primary duty, your karma. Simple, right? Why you need to see who is doing what?
And I also think my teacher only told me to write.
It's totally fine. She must, she have some thoughts, no? She have some planning. There is a reason why she's telling you to write.
But she's very strict only on me.
Good, na?
She's very strict on me.
You feel like that. It is nothing like that. See, again and again, Sri Krishna ji is saying that don't bother who is do your friend, your neighbor, what they are doing. You should only focus on yourself. We should not focus on anyone else. Correct? Which learn something, imply something in your life. Use it. Don't focus seriously. If you focus on that, you will be very disturbed. You will not be able to focus in your work. If no, though if you become like that people, you will be never happy in your life, because always will be worrying what my neighbor is doing, what my friend is doing, what my classmate is doing, what my, then if you go to job, what my colleague is doing. When will you think about yourself? What I am doing? You know? You lost. You are lost among all them. What I am doing, you are not even concentrating. That is the most important thing. Don't see. You just listen to your ma'am, your mother, your father, and just do your duty. Okay, we will go come back to this shloka again, Ritu Babi.
Yes. So in the shloka, Bhagwan says that uh, all these material pleasures will attract us like a piece of cake or something very tasty. But we should keep our main goal, our goals. We should set our goals so high that even these small pleasures will become non-pleasure to us, and we will achieve our goal only by setting high standards.
Yeah, thank you. Nalli ma'am.
So here, Krishna says that we have to set high goals. So, and we should be focused on our goals. So, when we are focused on that goal, all these things which will distract us, the sense objects and the anything which is just affecting us, uh, we will have a higher goal. So, we will just get distracted from that, and we will focus. And always, we should focus on what we are doing and what is our highest goal instead of just reacting and responding to the anything around.
Correct, true. Thank you so much. So this can be applied to anything. You know, we need to set a goal and it should be higher. It should be little higher than what you want. Then only you will land up in what you want it or what you are thinking of. So always the goal should be higher. There has to be some goal in our life. Obviously, we all have some or the other goal. You all are students, your goal is to study, play, have fun, and for adults, it will be like to do their duty, है ना? To take care of family, to earn if we are working. So basically, we all have the goals. Sri Krishna ji is saying, focus on that and set little higher goal so that you land up on at least what is meant for you, and the other things don't distract you. You know, so many other things will be keep on going on. So that will not distract you, because when you grow, there are many obstacles which will pull you down. Many things will come, but it's okay. You should focus only on your goal. If you focus, then nothing can disturb you.